Aries, this is Kajora Lovely with your general reading for the month of July 2019. For those of you who are curious, I'm reading with the Pagan Otherworlds Tarot. So let's see what's going on for the sign of Aries for the month of July 2019. Okay, so starting out, you've got the Ace of Pentacles in reverse. This usually means if you're looking for a new job, new home, new form of income, there's some kind of delay. It's not happening just yet. However, what's influencing you is the Knight of Cups. So there is some messenger coming on the way. There is some good news that's headed your way. Let's see. Will it come within the month of July? No, sorry. Not quite yet. Will it come in the month of August? No. September? No. October? Yes. So there is good news coming in a few months. Sorry. Okay, there's also some kind of transformation or change going on with you this month. Usually the Death card means that it's a big change. Let's see. What is this change in relation to? Money. So it's the Four of Pentacles in reverse. Usually this means that if you've been holding on to your money, that will be transforming. It could be that you're, It's usually more about your sense of scarcity with the way that the Four of Pentacles works. So this is often feeling like you don't have enough money, but when it's in reverse, I often see that as you're coming out of that. So that could be where the transformation and change is happening. So it could be that even though there's not something necessarily new coming your way, your situation will still change. It's just not a new change, if that makes sense. You've also got the Ace of Cups influencing you right now, which is a lot of happiness, abundance. Hopefully this doesn't necessarily mean overflowing emotions. I mean, usually the Ace of Cups in reverse means things like depression, unhappiness, because Cancer season, which will happen for the first half of this month, could have some of you really in your feelings. From most signs it will. But usually when it's upright, that means that there's a lot of satisfaction and happiness. And it could even be something new coming in. It's funny. You have 3 aces, actually, because then what's in the near future is the Ace of Wands, which is a new project, a new opportunity. This relates to your element, fire, action, communication. I feel like it's something that you're going to feel excited about. So you do have a new form of happiness coming in, a new project coming in. It's just that the money or a move may not necessarily be there quite yet. What else is going on this month is the Two of Swords in reverse. So this usually means that you're coming to a decision about something. Often the Two of Swords upright means that you're kind of at a standstill. You're not really sure what path to take. You're not really sure which road to choose. This means you've made that decision. So I feel like a lot of you will be coming to a conclusion about something this month. What's also influencing you is the Hierophant. So this could be a Taurus, or it could be rules, traditions, patriarchy, that sort of thing. So you can take that as it applies. Let me pull another card on that. Nine of Cups in reverse. So whatever this thing is that is rules, religion, patriarchy, structure, tradition, it's not necessarily making you happy. So let's see. What can Aries do about that? 10 of Pentacles. So you could take this a few different ways, which could be to focus on your own, on your home, your family life, your money. This is usually about almost like your own independence and structure is what I'm hearing. I feel like it could be coming out of that sense of the mindset of lack, that there isn't enough money. This is focusing on how you can better yourself, create a more solid foundation for yourself and for others. Because I feel like there's something about, well, it's your own personal unhappiness that this is affecting, but this is about focusing on the family as a whole, or your home as a whole, whether that's roommates or your actual relations. Let me just pull one more card on that. Six of Cups, so that could also be around children. So it could be making sure that if you have kids or there are children in your home, that they're happy, that their needs are met, that they're going to be taken care of. What you've got in the future is the Queen of Swords upright. So usually this means, though the thing I want to say is it's cutting through the bullshit. This is you figuring out where you want to go, what you want to do. It's also often being decisive and saying, this is what I'm doing, this is where I'm going. So let's see. What are some other things for Aries to keep in mind for the month of July 2019? I'm hearing, don't let anyone question your value or your sense of self-worth. I feel like some of you are like, no duh. Because the first card here is the King of Wands. And this is about your element. So this is about stepping into your fire power as a fire sign. So your communication, mastery, leadership, all of those abilities, and focusing on that. And there could be some kind of conflict coming up with someone. Sometimes I see the Five of Swords as a mental conflict with yourself. This is often feeling like you're kind of fighting with your own thoughts, your own mind. But there will be a victory when it comes to that. Which is interesting because you've got Two of Swords, Ace of Swords, Five of Swords, Queen of Swords. So the swords are the element of air, which relate to your thoughts. So it could be that some of you are really in your head this month, but it looks like you'll also be making a lot of decisions. So overall, the gist is, even if you're sort of arguing with yourself or you're at the standstill, it's really more, it's almost like you see the swords as multiple thoughts. Which one is the one you want to pick up? Which thought is the one that you actually want to use and implement? Which one will be crowned the victor? Which one will be king in a sense, in your own mind? And how can you use that plan to your advantage to move things forward in your life? For some reason, the crown is really standing out to me in this card. So there's something about, where do you want to put that crown? On yourself, on others, on a certain person, place, or thing? You know, what are you giving that kind of importance in leadership, and almost prosperity? That could obviously go a few different ways. That could be more metaphorical than literal, but obviously take it however it applies. Oh, this is interesting. So you've got Justice and Temperance. Now this is interesting because both of these cards talk about balance. Justice is about external balance. Temperance is about internal balance. So with this, I feel like it's important for you to find that balance this month. This is about finding the balance between your thoughts and feelings, your emotions, and your external life, your external influences with other people, places, things. Something just said statute of limitations. Don't know what that means for you, but and this could also be, this is the energy of Sagittarius, this is the energy of Libra. So that could be also people that you'll be working with this month, but what else do these cards want to say? See your true beauty and value. I keep getting like, don't be afraid to cut through the bullshit. I feel like there's something about you kind of clearing up any mental confusion you have this month and making a decisive movement and decision to really move something forward. Like with this, she's about to step off the hill. And so you're kind of like, let's do this thing, whatever it is. And with that comes good news, Page of Cups. So there's something good that's coming from that, from you finding your own equilibrium, finding your own balance. And I feel like being able to move that forward. So So I feel like as much as you can, actually I'm getting trust your own thoughts. That's what I'm hearing from your guides. And, as much as you can, this card, the Hierophant, that tradition, rule, structure, use that to your advantage. Sometimes you kind of have to use the rules to play the system and get the outcome that you want. So sometimes it's about knowing how to do that. But I feel like there's like one more thing they want to tell you. Seeker in reverse. And the Eight of Pentacles in reverse. So the Seeker is an extra card. It's not in any other tarot deck, just this one. This is actually about your own spiritual journey. It can also be that you're literally seeking something. So there's something about, for some of you, this is like more spiritual path, I would say, but also take this however it applies. There's something that you're kind of like, maybe you were looking for, your journey for seeking is kind of on the back burner for the moment. You're not really actively looking for it at this particular time, but it feels like you might feel some guilt about that, because then the Eight of Pentacles is about putting in the work. It's about putting in the time, energy, and effort into something. So it could also be, if you really want this energy in your life, you're going to have to put in that effort. And if you don't want to do it, then it's probably not worth it for you. I obviously could take that to whatever it is you're seeking, whether that's finding a balance in your life with certain things or whatever. I'm hearing having the patience, time, and understanding to do it right. Where do you really want to plant seeds and go forth in your life? That's what I'm getting with this. So there's something about energy that's building. That's how I would take that. So that's interesting. Okay, and then we're going to end with an animal spirit card, just to sort of sum up your energy for the month, but also give you something to keep in mind. Nightingale. So this is all about you using your throat chakra. It's an element of air again, so thoughts. And yes, I really am going to look this up in this book and read it aloud to you, because it's usually pretty valuable. So this is about fearless voice, speech, communication, or song. The song of the nightingale is otherworldly. This simple brown bird, almost unnoticeable amongst the flashy plumage of other birds, transports its listener to the realm of poetry. Nightingale energy is with us when we write, compose, and especially when we sing. It reminds us that music heals the deepest wounds. This card indicates a need to open the bridge between the heart and the voice. Is there something that you need to say? How long has it been since you sang? Turn it up, write it down, and let it out. Turn up. When in balance, sings, speaks freely with kindness. When out of balance, shy, lump in the throat, to bring into balance music. But I feel like it's anything that clears your throat chakra. So like the color light blue, sort of like this shade here, it's really speaking your truth, speaking clearly. It can be singing, because singing even in your car or on your own, sing on the subway or the train if you want to. It's up to you. It's about getting the energy out through your mouth, because your throat chakra is this whole area. It's your mouth and it's your throat. So making sure that the energy is moving. And I feel like really not being afraid to speak your truth. Let it out. And I feel like there's something too with clarifying your thoughts. So for some of you, if you want a meditation to go with that, here's my recommendation. Take a crystal that goes with, you don't have to, if you don't have crystals, you don't have to do this. It's white, I would say. It usually is for the crown chakra, relates to thoughts, but I feel like white in this case is good. Some people use purple. If you have amethyst, that's fine, but I would recommend something more like white, like opalite, selenite, clear quartz, snow quartz, something like that. Again, you don't have to run out and buy crystals just because of this. And then if you have a light blue crystal that you can put on your throat, And you could even just do this visualization. Imagine the energy is just flowing through. And you don't forget you have a chakra right here, which is a dark blue. But this is what you're trying to connect are your thoughts and your throat. You're trying to bridge that gap. Now you can also put a crystal here if you like. So that way they're all kind of syncing together. But the idea is how can you connect your thoughts to your voice so that you're able to speak? And you could even put in your heart if you want, like a rose quartz or something else for your heart chakra so that you're speaking your truth from a position of kindness. So it's not necessarily to hurt anyone, but to get your words out there. Because it feels like that's the goal this month is saying what you need to say and making sure you're being heard as much as possible. So yeah, that's your energy for the month of July, Aries. I hope you all have a wonderful month, and I'll see all of you again next month.